What's up, guys? It's Danae, and oh my gosh, I cannot believe I graduated. Like, this is so crazy to me still. Like, Saturday, I graduated. I finished my whole college journey, and it's really over. Oh my goodness, like, I don't know how to feel. I don't know what to do. I mean, I do know what to do, and I know what I'm doing, but like, I don't know what to do, if that makes sense. Like, the last 3 years of my life have been this school only, and I don't have that anymore, and it's crazy. Today, of course, I am here for part 3 of my NYFA experience. So, you know what? Let's just go right into it. Now we end with semesters 7 and 8, and what an ending this was. So, semester 7 started off decent. It started off fairly well, I should say. Classes that I had were new media, play production workshop, mythology, advanced voice and movement, and African American film studies. Wait, 5 classes. Semester started off great. We were still in class. It was beautiful. I had new media, great class. Okay, let's talk about new media. So, new media is a class where we basically, we had the option to create a web series, or like, we can work on a short film, a lot of us chose to work on our thesis. I personally also decided to work on my thesis. Thesis is basically the biggest project that you will do if you attend this school. But I will get into that when I talk about the next semester. But anyways, you could either create a web series, do a short film, you know, something that was going to be web-based. And so like I said, personally, I chose to work on my thesis. And what was great about this class was that we basically started from scratch. I already had part of my thesis idea. Actually, I had pretty much the whole thing already thought out, but like, a lot of people didn't, and a lot of people also chose to do their thesis because they were like, I have no ideas yet and I need help. And so what I loved about this class was we built this project from the ground up, and we were able to get, you know, different ideas from our peers, and we would present like our ideas, which, okay, yeah, that might seem a little scary at first, but honestly, it's the best thing because you get feedback from your classmates, and it's, well, at least for us, it was never mean. It was always like really, really helpful. And basically, my script went from like this kind of jumbled, sort of, I have to figure this out mess, to exactly what I wanted it to be. I mean, unfortunately, I never got to film it. Not that I can't, like, I definitely can now, but it was nothing like how I wanted it to be until the end, when I don't want to say it was nothing like it. Really evolved throughout being with that class, and I'm just really grateful and thankful for that class, if I'm being completely honest, because my thesis is exactly what I want it to be. Play production workshop. This class was probably the highlight class of this semester. Why? Well, in this class, we were to put on a play. Now, I have not been in like a legit play. I don't even remember when the last time was that I was in like a real, like, legit play. It's been a long time. So I was super, all of us were so excited that we were gonna put on this play, and our dreams just got crushed.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because...
At the start of this class, I'll never forget, we actually did monologues, because like, I remember we were in there and we were like, okay, wait, so how is casting gonna go for this? Like, are we gonna, like, are you picking the play, and then like we, you know, see which roles we want to go for, and like that's how we do it? Like, how are we doing this? So basically, the way that we did it was our instructor had us, like, the second and third class, we had to do monologues. I did this monologue, what's it called? The Odd Couple. I did the Odd Couple monologue, and I played Olive. It was this really fun monologue. And I just kind of did it, and I was like, I don't know what this is gonna bring about, but yeah, we did the monologue. And then after that, then our instructor had us bring our laptops and we would read plays. And then from that, we would pick a play that we wanted to do, and then we would figure out casting later. You know, bought our laptops and we picked to do this play, The Bookstore. And we were all super excited. We were playing multiple characters. I think I was playing like 3 or 4, most of us were playing like 3 or 4 characters. And I was really excited. I remember I was playing one character that like would go into this well, and then like I had this other character whose name was Jamie, and I only remember because my scene partner's name was also Jamie, but we called him Also Jamie, and Jamie and Also Jamie were like getting married. It was gonna be so much fun. I was really excited to go and do this play. I wish I could remember the other character I had. Oh, it was like this, she worked, okay, so basically the play was about this girl who, her great aunt, somebody in her family died and they left the bookstore to her. And it was like this insane, crazy bookstore where there was literally a circus and like a disco room and like a coffee shop. There was like this whole, yeah, it was a mess. I think there was like a Paris room and like a waterfall room or something like that. Like it was just this crazy bookstore. The owner, well, I don't know if she was the owner, I don't remember, but like the woman who was currently running the bookstore did not want this girl to sell the bookstore. She was like, please, whatever you do, like just look around, like just don't sell it. And like it's not the exact words, but like she was trying to convince her not to sell this crazy, elaborate, one-of-a-kind bookstore. And they like did weddings there, and like it was just crazy. For one of my characters, I don't remember her name, but I remember she worked at this other company that was like across the street that was trying to buy the bookstore, and they wanted to turn it into like luxury apartments or something like that. And they were like selling the bookstore for some crazy amount of money that most people probably would have been like, yeah, I'll just sell it. But like, anyways, so I played her. I played Jamie, like I said, and then I was this other character in a while, something like that. I was just looking so forward to doing this. We had no idea how we were gonna build the sets, but like we were ready to take the challenge on. This was gonna be the first time, I think the first time at this school, because I did perform in front of some people in South Beach, but here this would have been my first time like performing. Well, most of us. So we were like really excited, and then COVID happened, so we didn't get to do it. But instead we switched and we did this other play, Spoon River. I don't even know if it's really a play. It was more like a collection of poems, but we all did like, we had 5 or 6 characters maybe, and we basically just did monologues, and we did it on Zoom, and it was really interesting, and my friends came and my family, and it was really cool. And thanks guys, thank you for coming. Moving along, I had mythology, which was a lot of fun actually. That was a really fun class. Yeah, we learned, well, I should say I learned, well, all of us, we learned like the difference between like myths and legends and a bunch of other stuff that I did not retain in that class, unfortunately. But it was a lot of fun. We did not talk a lot about like the classic myths, I guess you could say, or legends or whatever. Like we didn't like really talk about like Greek mythology and stuff like that. Like we briefly touched it, but like it was more like other mythologies and whatnot. But it was a lot of fun. But I don't remember anything. Advanced voice and movement. This class was going to be so much fun, and I'm so sad that COVID just had to come and just ruin literally everything, because this was going to be a good class. Just like in play production with this class, we also, like the second, third class, whatever, we did monologues, which was a lot of fun. And then we were basically, this class and our play production class went like hand in hand. So what we were working on in play production, we were also to be working on in this class. And so when we, you know, picked our play, actually even before that, we would do like these like different movement exercises and whatnot. to, you know, help us loosen up and like really like be able to embody these characters. And that's kind of what the class was supposed to be about, was figuring out where did we want to put our voice, how did we want to, you know, change our voice, do our voice for this character and do this character's movement, and then how did we want to do it for this one and that one. We kind of missed out. We didn't get to do that. And so when we switched to Zoom, we basically just kind of did the voice part in a sense. Like, we would kind of like read and then like go over our monologues and like, oh, where do you want to put this person? Where do you want to put that person? And I remember like one of mine, I would like go like this to talk with him, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I was trying. It was just really difficult over Zoom. I mean, the instructor was great, and you know, he was like, yeah, that works. Like, I totally get what you're saying, but if I'm being completely honest now that I think about it, did you really mean that, or were you just saying that because we were on Zoom and we was all struggling? I mean, it's totally cool. It was totally fine, but like, I never thought of that. I don't know. I guess we'll never know, but that's kind of how that class went. We didn't get to do much. We just kind of presented our voice work, and that was really it. African American Film Studies. And African American Film Studies would have been a great class, especially for like everything that's going on right now. Like, I really wanted to be in this class, and I ended up having to drop out of this class 2 weeks after class started. Why? Well, yeah, I got financial aid, and they only covered but so much, and where they should have covered that whole semester, they were off by like, I don't remember how much, but it was too much, because I was like, listen, I can't afford to pay that and pay my rent and all my other bills, so I need to drop a class. It's also my last class of the week. I had already gone through, or yeah, that was my last class. That was like my Friday class, and without that class I would have no Friday classes, and my weeks would end on Thursdays. So I was like, yeah, I'll drop this class. The thing that was messed up though was that I did not know that, okay, so we have a 2-week ad drop period. I did not know until after the second week, so the 3rd week of class. That was when I found out about this crazy balance that I was like, listen, I really can't afford that, so I have to drop a class. And because it was already 2 weeks after, even though I had only gone to 2 of the classes, I only went to the first 2, but because it was after that period that I went to drop the classes, they said that I would still have to take that class. I mean, we gonna see, because so far they ain't say nothing about this class. And on Saturday, they definitely showed my name. I'll even show my name. They definitely showed my name, and they said, congratulations, you have successfully completed this course and graduated with your bachelor's degree. And all I'm saying is, that's the proof right there. Y'all said I was done, so please don't make me take another class, please. I just finished, and all the weights went, and I don't want to have to take no more. I believe that's the end of semester 7, so on to semester 8. The classes that I had were, literally just finished the semester like not even 2 weeks ago, and I'm already forgetting. I had World Religion, Industry Showcase, Final Project, Business of Acting, and Clowning. Those are the last remaining 5 classes that I had here at the good old NYFA. This 8th semester was literally the hardest, most stressful, most fastest semester I have ever had in this school. It was insane how stressful and difficult, but how fast the semester went by. World Religion, right? World Religion, I thought for like the first, I didn't go with like the first 2 or 3 classes, because at the beginning of, or at the end of the previous semester, they like sent us an email, and we were like, oh, pick which classes you want. And I don't remember picking World Religion. I remember picking law, the laws of like acting and all of that, and clowning. I remember picking those two. I did not remember picking world religion. And so when I saw world religion, I thought that there was a mess up, and I thought I was supposed to be in the other class, and I just could not figure out like what class I was supposed to be in. And I kept trying to email people, and listen, NYFA, you guys are great and all, but you lack communication. Oh my gosh, your communication skills are awful. Like, they get back to you so late on things, and really should not do that. Like, come on, I understand that we're all on Zoom, but like, y'all gotta pick up the pace, because I, like, last semester when I, you know, didn't get notified until after 2 weeks after, whereas had I been notified before the 2 weeks, I could have dropped the class and had no penalties. Oh, I mean, I didn't have a penalty. They gave me a W, I think, or something like that, which means, oh, you have to come back and retake it. But had I done it 2 weeks prior, I wouldn't have had to retake the class. And it's kind of like the same thing here. I mean, had they told me sooner, had they gotten back to me sooner, I would have known, oh snap, I'm supposed to be in this class, but they took forever. So I missed like the first, I think it was like 2 weeks again of that class. It could have been like the first and second, or the first, second, and third, I don't remember, but I missed. It really messed up my grade, but I mean, I struggled through the whole semester, so it was like that on top of me like just not going to class, which go to class, guys. I know it's so difficult on Zoom, but do it, like go to class. It was a hard semester. We talked a lot about like different religions though. Like, we learned about like Zen and Buddhism and Hinduism and Judaism, I think, or Islam or something like that, Christianity. Like, it was a lot of fun, if I'm being completely honest, learning about different religions. Like, and that's just scratching the surface, I feel like, too. Like, I feel like there's so many other religions that we just don't know about, but like, it was really neat to learn about different religions. And like, we even got to create our own religion at the end, which was pretty dope. A lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, that class, I will admit. I didn't do a lot of work. I should have. I was also in between like moving. I moved twice. That is a whole nother story on its own, but I did. I moved twice within the last semester, which really threw me off too. And so I just was not focused, and I ended that class really badly. I mean, I still passed. I passed. But I did not end the best that I could have, and that's what bothers me. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Industry Showcase, a really fun class. We got to do scenes. This class is definitely a class that would have been 20 times better in person, but it's fine. It's fine. It was fun. I got to do my last scene with the first friend that I made here at this NYFA, which I thought was really cool. That like, what are the odds? The last scene I get to work on, the last project, well, besides my thesis, the last like in-class project I get to work on is with the first friend that I made when I got here. I thought that was really dope. This cute little scene about, it's called Almost Maine, the play, and it was about like this girl and her best friend, and like we, you know, I think we had both just gotten back from like going out on dates. And like we had a competition going of who's like the worst date person, and she kind of explains her date story and how it was terrible, and then I'm like, okay, hold my beer, and I explain my date story, and she's like, no, yeah, you would. And then, you know, she's like, okay, you know, what are we doing next? Like, I'm totally ready. And then the friend ends up confessing to me that she's in love with me, and it was just kind of like, oh, what? Like, I don't know what to do. And it was just such a fun scene to play. And I think I have a picture of one of my friends' Insta stories. If I do still have that picture, I will add that in here. But basically it was like, or it was a video, and it's me basically reacting to my friend, and it's great. I hope I have it. It was a lot of fun though. And also with Industry Showcase, why it's called Industry Showcase is because this is supposed to be the time where we like have industry people come in and watch us do our thing. Like we can have agents, casting directors, producers, like whoever, our friends and family, of course, and like they can all come watch us act, and you know, who knows, maybe somebody will sign us, but that didn't happen. It's fine. I don't know if any agents or managers were watching, actually. They very well could have been, but that's kind of like the purpose, is so that like they can come in and they can watch you perform, and that's why it would have been better to be in school, but people don't know how to keep their mask on. Final project this class is the good old thesis class. Let's talk about the thesis. So if you plan on coming here to NYFA, any campus, it doesn't matter, this one, New York, not California, South Beach, Australia, like wherever, because there's like different ones, even, yeah, across the seas. Just know you will be required to make a thesis film. I do not know how it goes for the filmmakers because I was in the acting program, but for actors, we have to create a thesis film. And basically what the thesis is, it is a 5-minute short film that you create, and it has, you know, a beginning, middle, and end, and a character has, the main character, which is you, has to go through some kind of character arc, and there's a whole bunch of requirements, and it can only be 5 minutes, and it can't be over, I think it will, it's 3 to 5 minutes, I should say, but it cannot be over 5 minutes. Like, you will fail. It's strict grading guidelines. There's like a 20-page paper that goes with it, where you have to like have a character bio, you have to explain like how you came up with the story, your challenges that you faced and how you overcame them. There's so many different things that goes into this thesis. And so this was our thesis class, and basically, if you remember just a little bit ago how I said that you had to, you know, create the short film. I mentioned before, talking about new media, how we got to do like this whole like thesis project. Yeah, we didn't get to do that at all. Like the whole script that I created, did not get to film that. Eventually, I want to make that. So you might see that soon. I don't know. I want to like, you know, because it can be longer now because I'm not at school, I would like to like make it bigger, like a bigger development, but we'll see. But we did not get to do those. What we did instead, because we're on Zoom, is we did monologues. So all of our characters had to go, or not all of our characters, but our characters, instead of it being like the whole, you know, script, our characters did monologues. Now you can do the main character and like another character, or just the main character. What I did my main character twice, because I had 3 monologues. I did my main characters 2 times, and then I did my other main character, well, she's not really the main, but my other character, I played her once. And I put those together, and my thesis came out pretty good. I will say that because I did not format my thesis paper correctly, and be careful with this, I failed it. But they gave me a do-over and I passed, so it's cool. Basically, this class is just kind of getting all of the information together. You get your thesis together, you present it in the class, you know, you get feedback again from your peers and your instructor, and you film your thesis. Eventually, I'm gonna be able to film an entire video without the camera dying on me. As I was saying again, do your thesis. Yeah, business of acting. Pretty self-explanatory. It's literally the business of acting. So we go from an acting standpoint to the business side of it, meaning trying to write cover letters and resumes, and you know how to, you know, do calls where you just like what is it called? Cold call. You learned cold calls, and like, yeah, like how to, you know, go about how to go about getting an agent and a manager and whatnot. And that was a really great class to have. Last but not least, clowning. So clowning was probably my most fun class that I had this semester. Unfortunately, it was at 9 a.m. but it's totally fine because the class was a lot of fun. And okay, you hear the name clowning and you think of clowns, not like clowns. I promise. Yes, we were being silly and goofy and just acting like fools, and it's kind of like an improv class, but like you can't really fail because like the failure is the work, basically. Yeah, like literally the class is kind of about failing. Like it's trying to go and do something and you just fail at doing it. Like, oh, I'm holding this, oh no, type of thing. Which, yeah, okay, clowns do that. But like, it was different. It was a lot of fun. We like got to learn like our little bits and whatnot, and like maybe I'll add something in here. That's a really strong maybe. I don't know if I want to. I'll add in like a tiny clip of like what I mean, of like something that we did that was a lot of fun. It's really stupid. It was such a fun class, and we just kind of got to be free. Like, I think that was the most fun part of the class, was we had just about total freedom to just be goofy, and you know, we didn't have to worry about feeling judged or oh they're watching me and whatnot, because like the whole purpose was to just be goofy. And yes, it is so difficult to make people laugh just by trying to do something stupid, but that was kind of the fun of the class, was trying to make people laugh by being stupid. I felt like we went back to like our child phase, when like you're doing something as a little kid and somebody laughs, and so you get up and you do it again, and then they laugh again, and like you get up and you do it again, and like yeah, each time it's like less and less funny, but like it's kind of how the class was. It was a lot of fun. It really helped me to be a lot less nervous and like just kind of go for it. Like I feel like that's mainly what that class helped me to do, is to just go for it. Like, why hesitate? Just do it. And I'm really glad that I was in that class. Thank you. Thank you to all of my instructors. Thank you, all of my NYFA instructors. Thank you for getting me here. Thank you for helping me graduate. I still am like, oh my God, I graduated. This is still so crazy to me. What? So you might be wondering, well, what's next for you? So basically what is next for me is I am staying here in California. I'm so sorry to my family and friends, but this is home now. Like this is just, it's home. And so I am staying here in Los Angeles. I'm going to be creating so many new YouTube videos. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Subscribe. New videos are coming every Monday and Thursday. So make sure you subscribe. Doing this, I'm on, well, I won't say the website that I'm on, but basically I'm on this website that I am able to get auditions, and yes, it is a legit website, I promise. The school actually is the ones that told me to get on, well, told us to be on this specific site. So I'm on this website, so I'm getting auditions and I'm auditioning and such. And I am also still working as a nanny, which is great, and that video is going to come out soon too. So yeah, make sure you subscribe. Also go ahead and like drop some comments if you have any suggestions on like video ideas. That would be really dope. And what's the other one? Comment, like. Make sure you leave a like. And other than that, that's a wrap.